Hey, Steve.
Hey, Chris.
Welcome to Namm.
You as well.
Oh, thank you. This is Namm 2025.
Namm again.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
You're gonna have to stick around because me and Steve are gonna share with you later on in this video about a project that we've been working on for the past couple of months. It's very exciting stuff. I'm pretty sure you will love it. Hey man, where are you? All right, see you man, see you in a bit. It's been a while since we've seen each other. This is really exciting. There he is. Look at you! Ah! It was about time, Dom. We finally get together.
It happened.
Last time was what? Back in 2019, I think. The last time we've been at Namm?
Maybe, yeah, 2019.
Something like that, yeah.
2019, that was exactly right.
Dude, it's been a long time.
A long time.
Good to see you, man.
Cubase fam.
Yeah!
Ooh, you ready?
I'm ready.
Stretch out your ears.
Where's the drum room? Where's the drum room? Hey, Steve.
Hey, Chris.
Check this out.
Okay.
Look at this patch bay. How cool is that? You know what I hate about patch bays, like conventional patch bays?
Yeah.
Like you need stickers to write things down and
Yeah.
stuff. But look. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Like you can load it via an app or something. So yeah, this thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you name all your stuff and then it dumps it. It dumps it into here. Yeah.
So you can customize everything as you go. I love it.
And you can read it in the dark.
You can read it in the dark, which was always a challenge with conventional patch bays.
Physics.
Yeah, exactly. Physics, you know.
So, I want to say something. I know that your audience is not Cubase based, but I want to show you that you can actually use Cubase for live performance here, and that's what we have. You see all the chords that I have right there, and I have a full orchestra. Check it out, like this. Or some synths. These are all stock stuff, people. I don't know, but Cubase is not great, is it?
Hey, pour ceux qui parlent français, Étienne Tremblay, la machine à mixer.
Salut, salut!
C'est le meilleur.
Arrête.
C'est le meilleur.
Pourquoi tu dis ça?
Parce que c'est le meilleur.
Ah ben merci.
Et voilà.
I think if it gets me excited to make music, that's a win. And for me, like creative tools. So honestly, a preamp doesn't make me that excited, but a microphone does, or like even just like a cheap little keyboard or something that just gives me new sounds. Like that gets me excited because I imagine how I'm going to use that to make music.
Pretty cool.
So I love using the stuff I have. I'm a big fan of like use what you have and make some music, but sometimes a new piece of gear just gets the juices, as gross as that sounds, gets the juices flowing. It makes you feel creative and want to get lost, and next thing you know, it's midnight and you've been making music for 6 hours because you had a new toy to play with. So I think that's worth the investment.
So do you think you get a lot of inspiration from what you see here?
Yeah. Even just seeing how many thousands of people are here. That are here for music, because music's lonely, especially in like our world. Like it's me in a room with a camera. Hey, camera. Right?
Hey, Joe.
And the camera sometimes talks back, and then I'm hearing voices, so now what do we do? But it can be lonely, right? Even like,
definitely, yeah.
I have a band and we make music, but a lot of times they're busy, and so it's just me alone. So like being here, being like, right, there's a whole planet full of people who love music, and to me, that's inspiring too.
Awesome, love it. Thanks, man. That's the thing at Namm, you need a bottle of water. And I lost mine. It was empty, it probably fell off my bag. I think this one is gonna be good enough.
$400.
Okay, one of my finds in this year's Namm are these headphones. These are the Audio-Technica, the R70XA. I own a pair of the old R70X headphones. They are very, very light open back headphones. Not very expensive. They go out at $349 US. And this is the newer version. They have a very nice little a headband here that is adjustable with a kind of a little magnet, which is quite cool compared to the old version, which was a bit more bulky, you know. But these are so light. It is crazy. Like the first version was already light, but these, you forget you have headphones on. And like Steve told me earlier, it's like, I'm afraid to forget about them and go in the shower, you know? With these on, you know? It's like you're not wearing headphones. It's just crazy. And they sound good, honestly, you know, about the sound. They sound pretty good for the price anyways, you know? Yeah, I think it's a good buy.
For me personally, very little to none. I'm very hard to find a new thing and integrate it into my setup. I'm very minimalist in a lot of aspects, and music creation is one for me where I'm pretty particular about, you know, using the same like 5 things over and over that I think I just know inside and out, because it's ultimately about writing music and not just learning the next thing I've purchased.
Exactly.
This year I haven't seen anything particularly new that has really piqued my interest. The only problem for me has been the Waldorf Quantum Mark II, because I own an Iridium and I love my Iridium, but the problem is it only makes me want to buy a Quantum. So
Nice.
That's about it. But you know, I think it's great, and I think the impact that this has for me is not necessarily in the gear and the toys or anything. It's in conversations and little moments with people, and just watching other people interact with things and just kind of draw that inspiration back that makes me want to go do things with the stuff I already have, you know?
That's perfect. I love it. Hey, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
That bass knob, beautiful. Can you hear it? Steve, what do you have on your end?
Well, this is one of the little tools that seems to me to be very useful, and it seems to do things in a different way. And it's this little freak port box that they'll freak in out. And I've talked to them a couple times about it, and my best understanding of what it does is that it is via USB into your computer without using your interface. It allows you to insert hardware on 4 channels. So in your DAW, you pull this up as a plugin. It appears as a plugin, but routes to this box via USB. In the process, as you go, there's a whole interface where with your phone and a QR code, you can send photos of the hardware to your DAW and save the settings. It's quick. It does a little crop feature, and so per session, as you open sessions, it'll pull up this box like plugins, and you can have 2 of these boxes. So I think at this point you get 8 channels on the go. And it's a plugin that controls your hardware. Automatic delay compensation. They're claiming it sounds really good. I haven't heard it because I'm at Namm and I can't hear anything. But it looks like a really cool kind of solution to explore further as we go.
It's democratized it. Anybody can make a record. And if they suck, the record will suck. But there are a lot of really amazingly talented people who couldn't afford to make records before, and now they do. So I'm all for it.
Love it. That's it. Democratized it.
Look at us. Look at us. You know, the Cubase maniacs. Yeah.
I think it's so much more accessible now. I mean, I remember when like buying like a huge crossing road was getting like a good reverb for $500, and now you get a DAW like Cubase and other programs have so much capabilities where kind of the barrier to entry is eradicated, and it's really very liberating that anyone with just a small budget can do so much and come up with such amazing results with just, you know, really a modest investment. So you still have to make an investment in knowledge, you know, that goes beyond what the price of entry is. But if you're having a problem with quality, it's not going to be like the gear's fault. So you don't have to necessarily buy something new to get great results. You can just, get something very modest and get great results and hone your craft. And really just, learn your tools. And if you do that, you can just be super successful.
So here is another one. This is new by Heritage Audio. And you know how I love this company. They make some great products. Now this is their new headphone amp. Actually, their first headphone amp, I believe. So it's pretty nice. It's not a converter. It's just an amp. So if you look at the back, you have the little antenna for the Bluetooth signal, unbalanced connection, balanced connection. And we have also impedance selection, depending on the impedance your headphones are at. So this is pretty practical. So it gets the best out of your headphones, depending on the impedance. And pretty straightforward. So looks like a pretty cool thing. All right, I'm at the famous Fat Dupont. Comment ça va, mon ami?
Pas mal et toi?
Très, très bien.
It is amazing that we have access to so many tools.
Yes.
Right. It's wonderful. As I make progress in my career as a music maker, I care about equipment less and less. Because I feel that we can do pretty much anything we want with what we already have.
Yep.
Now, that doesn't mean that it's not fun to see new shit, because these are toys. Nobody here is evolved beyond the age of 12, right?
Exactly,
Everybody
yes.
here is 12 years old, and so it's fun to play with new toys.
Totally.
Right. Do we need a new toy? No,
that's a question.
We don't need the new toys. Do we want the new toys? Yeah.
Of course we do.
But we don't need them. And for me now, my focus is to get rid of the noise and to focus on the music. So I'm actually downsizing.
Nice.
I'm getting rid of everything I don't need.
Okay, cool.
And I'm getting rid of a bunch of stuff I want, but I don't need.
Nice.
And I'm literally down to the bare minimums. And I use as little plugins as possible. I use as little hardware as possible. I do everything with a strict minimum of everything. And that feels really nice.
I love it.
So this is kind of a cool thing I didn't know existed. And maybe it's existed for a long time and I just didn't know about it. But I just discovered this piano and it does a neat thing in that it seems that using the magic box here, you can layer sound into the soundboard, which then comes out with the piano. So in its native, natural state, I've never used it, but if I do this, okay. Yeah, so that looks like, okay, that's silent. That's probably silent headphone piano. That's so cool. And then this seems to be just like the piano. But then, I can make it a Bosendorfer. It sounds like a different piano. How does it do that? Then, it seems like, if I go to this pad, it starts playing, it's playing a pad. How does it do that? Oh, organ, maybe? EP? It's a Rhodes. This is what it does. It's kind of fun. But it's like a piano. It has a soundboard. I don't know. Magic. This, my friends, is why we do music. The humans connected, in the simplest form. Just music. That's the punchline of all this. Look at that.
I think all these things, they have a huge impact, and that will inspire the next generation to make more music. People that have never made music to actually go into this, because these are all things that are made for this kind of, gesture. Just make music, create sounds. Yeah, like I said, we are kind of oversaturated because we've been doing this for a long time.
Totally.
And maybe we're like, oh yeah, I've seen this thing before. But for most people, that's not the case. And I think this is a huge impact.
I think it has to do with mindset.
Okay.
It has to do with how you're like maybe how you come up the ranks and learn how to do what you do. I know for me, from my perspective, and I can't look at anybody else's, I can only see my perspective really. I can try, to see other people's perspective, but I'm going to be wrong most likely. But for me, it really helped coming up the ranks to analog world and studios where there were lots of limitations compared to what we have now.
Okay.
So I bring that with me to where we've got with all this stuff. I have so many plugins, it's ridiculous. I probably only use 10 of them or 15 of them. I have them all, but it seems to work itself out. It all sifts down to the few that you really need. I mean, this one most important of all. And it's half price today only. So yeah, I think everybody's going to have a different thing that's important to them. And you have all this stuff to choose from. The thing that bothers me most, I think, about modern music is the approach. People have less a sense of what I would call abandon. Is everything so considered, so overworked, overdone? Why have 5 guitars where one will do if you do the right part and it's played well? If you have energy in one guitar part, you rarely need a double. And that's sort of, I like austerity in music. That's what I like. So, and that's not happening a lot these days. I mean, unless you go into hip hop, which is huge, and there's so much. That's why that's one of the things that I listen to a lot for inspiration, is because they're doing what I think everybody should be doing.
It's interesting.
Arrangement-wise,
Yes. Yeah.
So this is the plugin right here. So this is the MBSI plugin that I collaborated with Make Believe Studios, Rick Carson there, and BJ here from Metric Halo. And then we also collaborated with Bill Simzik, who is the producer of Hotel California, who recorded Hotel California on this console. And this is originally an MCI console that was custom built for Criteria Studio C in Miami in the 1970s. It won multiple Grammys there, did a whole long list of hit records, and I ended up with it. I don't know how I ended up with it, but I did, in my studio in Nashville, and I had it for 15 years. And then I finally did a big changeover and worked with these guys to make a plug-in version of it. So you've got a classic mode, which gives you the look and feel of the original console. It's even got the scratches and stuff on here. And then check out this fader here. This was actually an airplane fader.
I remember.
On the thing.
I remember in the studio.
Yeah, it was like curved and like you'd essentially, it sounds just like my console did. I even did a video, which I can send you a link to,
I'll check
where
it
I
out.
compared the plugin to a mix. The same mix through the console and the plugin, just to see what you think.
I think that it has two effects. I think that on the one hand, it opens up a lot of doors and possibilities. It feels like now you can kind of do anything you imagine. If I want to turn a bass line into a trumpet and vice versa, you can do that now. But because you can do that, the bar of entry to make something good becomes much lower. Therefore, the bar of entry to make something great becomes much higher. So it's a kind of a double-edged sword.
What do you think about the new Soundtoys plugin?
I think it's going to be fun.
I think so too. It's not like it's still in process of being released.
Yeah.
It's not out yet.
It looks fun.
It's hard to explain. It's a reverb, a special kind of reverb.
It's a sound toy.
It's a sound toy.
It's more of a delay.
And it's been years since they released a new plugin.
And they always do cool stuff.
They do.
They're not suddenly going to be bad.
I've been using Soundtoys plugins for since 2009.
Yeah. They do not disappoint.
No. Decapitator is still one of my favorite saturations. Echo Boy, I still work at Echo Boy, although that's my go-to delay plugin.
Playing with Bass Mistress. That's like that's a new thing for me. I've started diving into that.
Man. Music Hack.
Yes.
Fuel.
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually going to make a video on this one soon.
Yeah.
It's a great plugin. It does so many things.
Very simply.
That's
in
what
a
I like
simple way,
about,
right?
That's what I like about
It's Steve-proof.
Which is good.
Like I played with it, and it sounded good when I did all the things.
Simple to use.
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like, it's the same company that did Masterplan.
Yep.
Great work, same approach as the Masterplan plugin, which is a great mastering plugin.
Yeah.
And this one is, honestly, it's great. I've been playing around with it for a few days.
Yeah.
And, so more on that later. And it's here at Namm.
Yep.
They were presenting it for the first time at the Namm convention, so that is another very cool find.
Yes.
It can have a negative impact sometimes, I think, having new things every single day.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, especially beginners, they have the tendency to say, something new is here, it needs to be on every channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I hope it doesn't have that negative impact, but if we use our ears and we identify problems with our ears, then that'll determine how impactful the new things can be. But I want to make sure that people don't fall into this idea that they need to use everything that's new.
Mr. Joe, ready to go back home?
Yeah.
It was nice to
But I miss you.
I'll miss you too, man.
That's good. This is good. This was a good show.
It was an amazing show, just because you're here. Now that freaking tracking guy. I want to get that out. There you go.
There I am.
I want to track this guy.
Hi.
All right. Have a nice trip back.
Yeah, man. That's right. There. Oh, that fits great.
It does fit great. Dude, we're done. It's the end of Namm.
It's done. I'm done.
I'm done too. Now we're supposed to tell you about what's going on here with our new project.
Yes.
It's going to be launched soon.
Yep.
Next month.
Yep.
Okay, so make sure you're on the mailing list, my Mixdown online mailing list. Now we're launching a podcast. Okay, we're not going to tell you the name of the podcast yet.
Yeah.
All the details are going to be sent by email soon enough. Okay, so it's going to be me and Steve.
It is fun.
It's fun.
We've done a bunch.
Yeah, a bunch. It's like 3-4 podcasts already.
A lot of it is just us laughing.
Which is cool too.
Yeah, which is because we're funny.
We are funny.
We're funny.
We think
we say
are
funny things.
We do.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if you're going to find that.
Well, that matters also.
It's coming soon.